All right, how's it going, everybody? Out here doing a little beaver trapping today. Been having this guy get a hold of me. He's got some problem beaver here in this pond. I walked around, did a little evaluation earlier, and there's a lot of bank dens, 2 lodges, and a overflow pipe over here. They keep plugging up, so we're gonna go ahead and get in our noble steed here. Got it all loaded down with our trapping gear, and yeah, we're gonna head out here and try to catch some beaver. Stay with us, guys. All right, guys, here's our workhorse for the next few weeks. I went ahead and brought my own boat out from home. It's a 1962 Elgin, little V-bottom. It's gonna be perfect for this little spot here. We're gonna go ahead and get loaded up and head on out and see what we can do. All right. I'm hoping this GoPro's going. We'll just have to see. Go ahead and get back here in the captain's seat. Yeah, right over there's that overflow they keep plugging up. We'll make our way over to it. I didn't really see much bank dens in this cove here, but over here on this other side you'll see where they got a bunch of bank dens where they're going up in. I noticed around a lot of these trees they have growing around the edge, all the root wads, they're getting up under there making dens. I counted at least a dozen bank dens earlier, but we're gonna go ahead and get back here and see what happens. I think this point here would be a decent spot for a caster mound, but I really want one off of this point over here. Looks like an old bank den there that caved in. You can see they're doing a lot of fresh chewing right up over here. I don't know how well you guys can hear me. A bunch of fresh chewing there. This is a beautiful home site here, guys. Beautiful pond. And as you can see, these beaver are coming in just kind of wreaking havoc. I thought about putting a caster mound here as well. We'll see what all we can come up with. All right, guys, well, you can see here's the main lodge. I'm sure there's a run coming out on the front here and probably one on the side. I found one earlier as I was walking around. Normally there's a few runs going up in these lodges. I went ahead and put some marker sticks out there earlier when I was walking around, just so I can make it easier for me in the boat to slide a trap right down in there, because it's fairly deep. One of the reasons I wanted to bring the boat out was because this water's so deep. I have a feeling I'm just gonna have to set a lot of this out of the boat. So we do have a run going into the lodge right there marked, and there's one in the front too, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with it. A couple bank dens here I went ahead and marked. There's another bank den back there. I'm not gonna go back there, guys, right now, because this battery hasn't been charged at all this year yet, so I really don't want to get stuck out here. But I got a bank den over here marked and a couple on the other side that I want to go ahead and get set. So yeah, we're gonna pull up here and get a trap set. All right, well, as you can see, we just got a set here. This is the main lodge here. It's one of the runs that's going up into the lodge. There is another run in front of the house. Normally there's a couple of them, but that one's so deep. I didn't bring any H-stands with me, so I'm gonna leave that one open for now. Maybe tomorrow when I come back to check, I'll bring some H-stands and I'll slip one down in that run. But we got one covering this one, which actually when I was over here, I climbed up on top of the lodge there to grab a few sticks, and a beaver come shooting out of that run right there. So yeah, naturally my trap wasn't in there yet, but hopefully tomorrow that'll have a beaver in it. And then if we go on right down here, there's 2 bank dens here under this big tree here. As you can see, this tree's dying out. If I had to guess, they're under there chewing all the roots up. I noticed it seems like here in the winter, if there's roots exposed in a den, I'd almost think they could den up in that and live off the roots of these big trees for a while. But we got a set right there going up in there, and another set right here going up in there. So I think I'm gonna go down the bank here. There's another bank den down there. Not really sure if I'm gonna set it or not, but I kind of feel silly not to. But then there's a couple other bank dens on the other side, so I'm gonna set them for sure because there's a lot of fresh chewing over there. I'd imagine they're probably living in that. But yep, we're gonna hop back in the boat here and head on down to the other side. All right, go ahead and coast on in here. See if I can get out of here without getting wet. Oh yeah. Go ahead and pull that baby up on the land, guys. Trapping these ponds, having a little boat like this is awesome. Total workhorse. I'd be dragging everything around. I mean, you can see where I'm parking over there. I'd have to walk all the way around over here without this boat. So this thing's gonna make it nice and easy on us. But like I said earlier, there's a bank den right here. I went ahead and marked it when I was walking around. A lot of times when I'm doing my evaluations on ponds, I'll put my chest waders on here, and I'll just literally walk the edge of the pond with a stick out in front of me. I'll poke around. Normally on the points, you'll find bank dens, and back up in the coves if there's like see how the big trees are over there? Normally you'll find, you gotta think the big trees got huge root systems, so the beaver are able to burrow down in there fairly easy and get a den up in that stuff. We're on a point kind of right here. You can see they've been chewing on all these trees, but sorry guys, I'm under the weather. I probably really shouldn't be out here doing this right now, but we got 2 weeks left of season and I want to snag a few more beavers, so we're gonna go ahead and get a set put in right here. All right guys, well I just realized my GoPro battery is about dead, and naturally I don't have a spare here with me, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this set on camera quick, and then I'll have to go through and make a few sets and kind of show you guys where they're at with my other camera. Won't be able to really get a lot of sets made, but like I said, we got a bank den going up in here, real hard bottom run going up into the bank. I went ahead and put a stick on each side of it. So what I'm going to do now is get my trap here. All right guys, well I'm not really sure how much of that my GoPro picked up because it started screaming at me, so I'm pretty sure the battery died. But anyway, we got this bank den here set. I literally just had my marker poles stuck down on the edges of the on the side walls of the run. Each side I run a stick down, and then I just slide the trap right over it all the way down to the bottom, guys. You want that trap setting on the bottom. But yeah, went ahead and got our trap set there. I put a marker stake there just so the landowner, I kind of like marking them for the landowners. That way they know to kind of stay away from the areas, especially if they have dogs or whatever. It kind of lets them know where I got trap set. And I I went ahead and staked it down. You know, guys, a lot of these landowners I trap for, they're really not out messing with my stuff. They might cruise by with a on their side-by-side or lawnmower or whatever, and you know, they think it's pretty cool when they see something, you know, they see your hard work paying off. They know you're at least doing a good job. So certain spots I like to mark some of the sets, and that way it kind of helps me remember where they're at as well if it's a spot I'm not familiar with. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and hop in Old Faithful over there and boogie around the other side of the pond and get a few more sets made. Yeah, the old John boat's really helping. I keep all my gear in here. Just putt around this pond, set some traps, man. Don't get much easier than that. It's always kind of a different feeling trapping out of a boat too, guys. If you notice, I used to do a lot of water trapping. I don't as much anymore. I prefer to trap coyotes and raccoon, but this definitely adds a little twist to it. So right here is the other lodge. If you can see there, I'm pretty sure they're starting to work on this one. You got some fresh chewings there. They're starting to pile sticks up there. But right up against the base of the tree, you can see where I got my 2 sticks sticking up. Right there and right there, there's a run going up under that root ball. And then there's a couple other runs going up in there too. So we're gonna stop here and try to figure out where I can pull in, probably right here. We'll get a couple traps set. All right, land ho. I found that bank den earlier just walking around and literally fell. It's about 4 foot deep right there. About filled my waders up. That's what you gotta watch out for, guys. You gotta be careful. You never know how deep them runs going up into these banks are gonna be. All right, guys, here's a couple more sets we just put in. I found another bank den running up in there. We put a conibear there. We put a little caster mound there with a foothold. And then right in front of the boat, we got another bank den going up in there. And then right there, right in front of that tree, you can see, sorry guys, I'm trying to control this boat in the wind and videotape, but yeah, right there in between them 2 shined up sticks is another run going up in there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 traps just right there. 4 traps set there. We're gonna boogie around and see what else we can come up with.